also buy and try out ourselves and also enjoy it with our family. Okay, right. So now, without further delay, I'm going into tonight's sharing, which I'll be focusing on the image and also personal care. So I think this is a very important topic, although it's like a small part of our daily life, right? But as I mentioned here, it's a day-to-day care that really matters. Okay, because as per the topic suggests, actually, how do we groom up our image? How do we improve our image? How do we improve our own personal hygiene? All that is all starting from all these small things that we have on a daily basis. Okay, so if let's say we learn how to use the right product and at the same time we learn how to use it correctly, we should be able to improve our personal image and also our personal hygiene, right? So we before we start and go into what kind of the product and which part of the personal care that we can actually take care of, we must know the importance of it. Okay, actually everything starts small, and true enough for in terms of our image, and also if you are doing branding, and if let's say you always go out and social, your impression and also image is very important, regardless whether you are a sales personnel or not. Okay, because it will really affect your personal life. It will also affect your working life as well, and of course if you are doing business, that is even more important. So you can see here the summarized six of course not limited to this. So the first one is actually make one look attractive. Okay, so in order to look attractive, decent, neat, and people look at you, they feel comfortable, the first thing that we must know is actually to groom up ourselves. Okay, to have that neat, clean, and also hygiene look. Okay, so second is to project a positive image. So we all know that impression really counts. So a lot of time when the first person look at you, they actually look at your face, but they glance very quickly your whole person, right? How you wear, how you actually tidy up, do you have a lot of that dandruff on your shoulder, and so on, right? So all these actually project an image to someone. Okay, of course it is not a definitive judgment on your personal character, your personality, all that, but it does give an impression, and that really important, especially is the first encounter or the first meet with that particular person. So third is actually to build out a self-confidence and self-esteem, because when you feel good about how you look, when you feel that yourself is actually neat, okay, you have tidy up whatever you're supposed to tidy. Okay, there's no nose hair suddenly protruding out from your nose, so you will be actually become more confident when you speak to someone, because you know that you able to portray the most optimal side of yourself, right? So number four is actually help in better appearance. Okay, so believe it or not, if let's say you already have a habit to groom out yourself, you always take care of yourself, you do skincare, all that. Okay, and slowly when that become a habit, you will actually help us in a better appearance. Okay, and number five, it improve our health also. Okay, so this is not to exaggerate, but actually it's true also. If long term that we are never take care of our own hygiene is the one of the starting point for a lot of the inflammation happening. If let's say we didn't take care of the hygiene, bacteria will outgrow, so it will slowly go into our body system, and it will definitely affect our health also. So don't actually neglect all these small things that our day-to-day life in terms of the hygiene. So number six is actually we can enhance our spiritual growth. Okay, so this is actually more on, if let's say today we are able to take care of our body well, then we can actually start to take care of our soul and also our mind health, right? So if let's say the physical body itself also we never take care, how do you want to actually take care of our spiritual soul and also mind health, right? Okay, so this is actually to let ourselves know. If let's say we know today, we know already the importance of having this personal image being properly take care of, how do we actually do it? Okay, the first thing, of course, the one that we know is actually you can change your attire. Okay, you can plan your attire, you can actually learn about how to wear properly, and then that will also affect our personal image. But that is more on a different class or different sharing. We will share more on that, but today probably I'll focus more on the second and the third part, which is So for the second part is grooming. Okay, so for grooming, it's like how you want to take care your hair, okay, your body, your entire body, your skin, how does it look like? All these fall under the category of grooming also. Of course, like cutting your hair, designing your hair, different style, that is also part of grooming. Okay, so lastly is actually the easiest but also always neglected by people is the hygiene. Okay, so hygiene actually make us is the easiest part to start lah. Okay, before we go into grooming and also attire. So in order to take care of our hygiene, we need to choose the right product, and also we need to use it correctly, how to use it. Okay, otherwise it might not only it might not only not able to solve our issue, but it might create other issue which I will share in the following slide. So if we are able to create this personal hygiene very well, right, it will give a very positive look, it will give a very positive feel, and more importantly, sometimes we neglected also, smell can also affect a person impression towards you. Okay, so I believe we all have this personal experience also. Sometimes if you go out and then you pass by a person, you smell a very strong odor. Okay, it also gives you that kind of impression, all right? If let's say if you are inside a lift and that person have this body odor, you'll tend to like stand far away from him or her also, right? So smell is also developed, and it also can be taken care of if let's say we take care of our hygiene. Just that probably a lot of people have given up how to actually manage that because they have not find an effective product to help them solve that problem. So just now I have mentioned, okay, if let's say we learn how to groom up, we learn how to do this very small thing, but you can see if let's say a small thing being managed well, it actually gives a lot of a big impact, right? So for example, this guy here from left to right is still the same person, but you just need to tidy up, make it neat, okay, comb your hair, okay, shave properly, then it look entirely different feeling. So this is why we said impression can be so different if let's say we groom ourselves differently. And same goes to female, is the same one. Okay, so just now we also mentioned about smell. Okay, so smell is something that we cannot see, but we definitely be able to smell it. If let's say the odor is very strong, definitely it will affect our impression. Okay, so just now I said why it's important to choose the right product to do our personal care and also to improve our personal hygiene. Because if let's say we choose the wrong solution, right, it might create actually other problems, okay, to our life. So for example, here, if let's say we use the wrong hair care products, okay, it might actually cause even more hair loss, okay, or breakage of the hair, for example. So maybe if you use some product which is very harsh, or they contain chemical inside that actually is not suitable for our hair or even for our scalp, so it will actually cause all these additional hair problem. Of course, you might still feel fragrance, you might still feel smell good, all that, because all these things they can actually add in chemical to make you feel it's fragrance. But then more importantly is in terms of the quality ingredient inside, and also whether it gives that extra health effect, and at the same time solve the initial issue that we supposed to solve, right? We want a smoother hair, we want there's no breakage, there's no hair loss, all that. Okay, so do not go for a product that actually will cause even more problems. So same goes to if let's say we talk about our personal care for our body, right? If you do the shampoo or body wash, okay, if you use the wrong product, it might actually cause even more clogging at our skin. So this is not only happening on our face, right? It also happening all over our body, because skin is actually the largest organ in our body. So if let's say we use the wrong product to wash our body on a daily basis, can you imagine all these things? So certain people also don't know, hey, why suddenly my skin is so itchy and then it's so so easily irritated. It's because also because of the long-term usage of all these very harsh product. So it actually thinning your skin, or actually have compromised the natural protection of our own skin, right? So certain product is also causing dryness and also dehydration on the skin. If let's say it's not being properly designed to actually keep it moist or actually give it more nourished and also nutrition to our skin, right? So this is actually some of the problem that a lot of people thought, oh, it's because of aging or because of my skin is always sensitive. And no, because a lot of time it is related to our daily use of all these daily products as well. Okay, so other than problems that actually happening to our own body, problems that are happening to our surrounding, for example, in your toilet or in your bathroom, in your shower spot, you can notice if let's say in the long run it always have this stain or there's a clogging happening. Okay, we also need to ask ourselves, is it because of course certain of it is because of our own body waste, right? Or but on top of that is also because of the products that we use. If let's say our product is actually the one that actually cause clogging to your skin, or that you will also actually grow stain more easily around our this living space. Okay, so other than that, like our oral care is also part of our personal care. If let's say we use the wrong product, it might not only give that protection or the hygiene to our oral, but you will also cause like easy bleeding because of the too harsh of the product. Some even if let's say they didn't actually give a proper fluoride protection, it will also cause cavities easily develop in our skin, despite the fact that you already brush your teeth or your kids already brush their teeth on a daily basis. But if let's say a non-effective product, they might not able to clean properly, for example, the toothbrush. Okay, so all this will actually, you buy a product to actually create more problems to our life. So today I just want to share with you all how to actually do that simple shift, and then you can actually go for a even higher quality product. But more importantly is all these product not only quality, but it gives you that 3E. Okay, first is effective, second is very economic, and third is environmental friendly. Okay, so if let's say all these things can be met in one company, the able to provide all these products in such quality, right, we can actually shift very easily. Okay, so first of all, starting from our head until toe, I'll explain as much as I can about this personal care to you tonight. Okay, so the first part, which is our hair. So like I mentioned just now, already, or you already see some of the hair issue that we encounter is always the hair get dry, the hair have a breakage, or your hair become thin very easily, or then if let's say the scalp is not healthy, and then the hair start to drop off easily also. So that eventually cause the hair loss problem. So for our shampoo, the shampoo which is Santinic, okay, by Amway, we have this patented content, which is the energy inside. Okay, this is a powerful complex that actually help to strengthen the hair lipids, and at the same time reinforcing the keratin. Keratin is like in our skin we have collagen as a structure, but for hair, keratin is actually the structure, the important structure inside our hair structure. Okay, so it also have this smoothing 18 MEA. So this is actually a fatty lipid inside our hair structure. So with all these three functions, right, this is a very powerful patented complex that we have in all of our shampoo series. How many series that we have later I will share also. And then with this energy, it also helps to correct the negative charge in our hair. So if you can relate or you have experienced it before, sometimes if you have a very long day, a very tiring day or very stressful day, you'll feel that when you go near to your hair, right, there's like a charge, or the hair will actually like attracted to your hand. Okay, there's an electrostatic charge there. Okay, so our shampoo has the technology to actually correct that negative charge. Okay, you will balance up the charge so that it will not give you that very stiff and also very stressed out hair as well as your scalp, right? So if let's say you're able to do so, you'll feel very relaxed after you use our shampoo. So for those who have not tried it, right, do try it out, because that is exactly how I feel when I just shifted to our Santinic. Okay, so The three main function from that actually our Enerjuve is first, it helps to rebuild. Okay, so in terms of rebuild for all those existing already damaged or have weakened one, your hair or some of the hair that have been thin, sometimes even is a new grown, but it's you can see it's very thin, like lack of nutrition. So this shampoo will actually help to rebuild all those weak spot, and then it will help to revitalize. Okay, it even penetrates into our hair core to repair and revitalize from inside out. Okay, so it gives that strength and elasticity back to our hair. Okay, so when we say restore, it restore and also protect the outer layer of our hair surface. So it gives that actually the silky and also the smoothen effect. Okay, so these are the series of hair shampoo that we have in Centinic. So you can see from the left hand side, the first one is actually this smooth and moist series, smooth moisture series, which is the orange color. So this is suitable for people who have the concern of dullness, dryness, and also unmanageable hair. So with the use of these products, right, you can actually get the 6 times smoother hair. Okay, as per the clinical study, right? So inside, other than, as I mentioned just now, all these have the Enerjuve patented complex inside, but each of them inside this Enerjuve complex, right, is also infused with additional different kind of ingredients to tackle for different kinds of hair needs. So the first one, this smooth and moisture one, inside you can see there's a cocoa seed oil. There's also a pro vitamin B5, okay, which will actually help to achieve the this to achieve and also reduce this hair concern. Okay, so the second one, which is the extra volume, it helps the flatness. So for certain people, the lack of the volume, the head look flat, or it actually very fragile or lifeless. Okay, you can actually use this range. So for this range, after use, right, it actually it boosts up 37% of the hair volume. So it actually gives a more loosely and also voluminous feel to our hair. Okay, so in the Enerjuve complex is infused with this macadamia nut oil and as well as the soy protein. Okay, so for the third range, which is this red color, okay, is a glossy repair. So for glossy repair, it is suitable for people who actually dye their hair, or actually they are stressed from the environment. They always do styling, they do the heat styling, okay, they also do coloring, as I mentioned just now, dye their hair. So it's also suitable for people who always have the damaged hair, the breakage, all that. Okay, so this will actually give a nine times strengthen. Okay, it give 9 times strengthen the hair of our hair structure. Okay, so inside there's a pomegranate extract and also grapeseed extract. Okay, and this one is actually the anti-dandruff series. So for the anti-dandruff series is for people who have the unbalanced scalp. Okay, normally it's very irritation and sensitive scalp. That is why whenever it's feel dry or irritated, they scratch, and then even after a sleep, there's a lot of dandruff. So out of all the panelists try, they said it's 100% reducing the dandruff problems that they encountered. So actually, inside there's also additional vitamin E to also, of course, to give the extra antioxidant, and at the same time also to strengthen the hair structure, and also the mulberry leaf extract inside. Okay, and we also have a very popular range of series, which is the anti-hair fall, which is not only for the elderly. Nowadays, the hair fall problem or issue have started very young age. Okay, so for people who want to give this protection to their hair, for hair loss or thinning, they can go for this. Okay, this will actually ultimately reduce the hair loss issue. Okay, so we also have a 2-in-1, which is actually more for the daily cleansing or for the convenient purpose. So if let's say you want to go for an outstation, you go for traveling, you just want to bring one. Okay, this is a 2-in-1 inclusive of the conditioner inside. So it's for the easy soft comb after the use. So inside there's a borage oil and also the vitamin E, right? So out of all these series, right, each of the series also have their conditioner together, except for the anti-dandruff and also the 2-in-1, of course, because 2-in-1 we already have the conditioner inside readily. Okay, so that is basically for the hair part, right? So with that, I do hope that all of us now is have a better understanding on which of the hair shampoo series to go to. If let's say our friends or our prospect have a different kind of hair issue, we know how to actually advise them which one to use. Of course, can we mix and match? We can. Okay, we can mix and match. So for example, if your friend have the hair loss problem, but at the same time they also say, hey, I also want the hair to look smooth, all that. So you can introduce them to use the smooth and moisture, the orange series, and at the same time also the gray color, the anti-hair loss series. But how to use it, you can actually advise or recommend them to use on a rotation basis, for example, day and night, or probably alternate day and so on. So that is how we can actually recommend to them, and they can actually achieve both of the things that they want to achieve. All right. So there's whether they will actually spend more. No, because if let's say you buy two different and use alternately, right, you'll eventually use a longer period also, right? Okay, so now we go into the oral care part. So for the oral care part, basically is actually to remind ourselves the simple act of this, right? Every day we wake up and then we start brushing our teeth. But actually, are we brushing correctly or not? That is a different story, okay? But I hope everyone know how to brush correctly, which is a 45-degree standing to our teeth, and then you brush outward and also outwards. So in terms of whether we use the product is more of a concern, because a lot of time we just simply get the other X brand and then we just use for long term, but it might cause the other problem like I mentioned just now. Probably your gums start bleeding, probably after long terms you start to have cavities, or your teeth start to become weakened because of the demineralization issue. Okay, so here just is some of the fun fact. Brushing alone actually remove only 50% of the plaque and 25% of the bacteria. So brushing is just part of the oral care activities. So what other actually activities that we're supposed to have? So as per the Glister advice, later on we will actually share in the subsequent slide. So our teeth is not as clean as what we think, because inside there's a lot of bacteria, especially in between of the gaps of our teeth, and also even on the gum itself there will be bacteria growing. Okay, so when we brush our teeth, right, a lot of time we also need to start brushing from the gum area. Okay, of course you need a gentle and the right brush to do so, otherwise it might actually harm your gum also. Okay, so because your teeth only make up the 25% of our mouth, so if we open our mouth, the teeth actually just occupy 25% of the space inside our oral space. Okay, so brushing alone probably we can achieve that hygiene, certain level of hygiene level, but actually in order to optimize, actually to clean out entirely our oral space, we need to do more. Okay, if let's say we didn't do more and we just consistently just brushing 25% of this, it can eventually lead to a bad breath. You will develop gum disease and also tooth decay, right? So as per the Glister advice, we are recommended to use the entire series, the entire oral care system. Okay, so that will actually include the conventional one, which we know, which is to brush our teeth, right? So brushing our teeth, we need a toothbrush, and then of course we need a toothpaste. So for Glister, we have this advanced toothbrush as well the multi-action fluoride toothpaste. Okay, on top of that, what they encourage us to use is actually to do the mouth rinsing also. So in order to do that, you need a effective mouthwash. Okay, so we have this Glister mouthwash with us, and then we need to also refresh our mouth. So the refresh part is actually to use the mint refresher spray. Okay, so only by doing so, it will actually improve and exceed the 25% of the hygiene level, because the other area of our oral space, if you rinse and also do the mouthwash, it can actually wash and also rinse out properly the other area. Okay, so here is actually first we need to brush. Second, we have the habit to rinse, and then thirdly, to refresh whenever required. So our refresher is not only mainly to refresh, also it inside also contain the ingredient that can actually help us to kill bacteria or eliminate bacteria. Okay, so if we go one by one of the product into more detail, so that we can understand better why we should choose for our oral care system. So first, of course, is our toothpaste. So for our toothpaste, we have this original, at least in Malaysian market currently, we have this original, and then we have the YT flavor. Okay, but both of them is actually a 200-gram toothpaste. Is a concentrated formula that can actually provide up to more than 700 squeeze. Okay, so if you squeeze correctly as per the recommended the amount that we apply on our toothbrush, you can actually squeeze up to 700. Okay, so it also help to flag plaque. Okay, and these are actually the 5 key function that you can actually see on our toothbrush itself, the toothpaste packaging itself also. So the 5 function, including one of the very exclusive function that we have in our blister. Okay, so I'll go through these 5 first. First is to fight plaque. Second is to help prevent cavities. Number 3 is to whiten our teeth. Number 4, freshen our breath, and also help to remove stain. Okay, so for this, actually, the 5-in-1 is very important because in the market, right, a lot of ex brand, they will tell you certain is for whitening, certain is for freshening. Okay, so how many toothpaste you have to like mix together whenever you brush your teeth, right? Okay, so we we just need one, the effective one that can achieve all this, right? So there's also inside there's a hydrated silica polish that help to polish our enamel, but at the same time is very gentle. Okay, it can polish our enamel and also teeth without affecting our enamel. Okay, this is something that we need to take note because out there's a lot of product that actually very harsh the particle inside. It can actually harm our enamel whenever you brush. Okay, so this is actually the number 6 function that listed on the packaging itself also, which is the last one. So it actually helps and promote the remineralization process. So it's having the Reminact formula inside. This is very exclusive to blister only. Okay, so for other product out there, they do not have this formula. So the redeposit of the essential natural mineral like calcium and also phosphorus into the enamel, it can actually help to strengthen our teeth and also prevent bacterial buildup. Okay, so this is something that a lot of us will really need because along with aging, right, we have lost mineral inside our body. And at the same time, if we didn't replenish properly, it will start to weaken at a lot of area, for example, our bone and even our teeth. Okay, but this also happen from our day-to-day use, right? If let's say we keep tarnishing our enamel or that, then slowly it will be corrode. Okay, but if let's say we have this formula that actually at the same time it helps to remineralize, keep remineralizing our teeth, so it strike a balance there between our daily use and as well as the build back the protection. Okay, so the second part of the oral care system, which is this wash. Remember, this is just 25% brushing off the hygiene. The other part, we really need to rely on this rinsing and also mouthwash activities. So this is a concentrated formula as well, provide up to 100 use. So this is actually very actually more than 100 use. If let's say you have used our blister mouthwash before, it look like this. So it's in a concentrated bottle. You need to do 4 to 5 pump to actually use one. Okay, so for those who have their own preference, you can actually adjust. You can do less pump, for example, 2 to 3 pump, or you can even do more if I say you want that sensation, right? So convenient size, easy for people to bring around because the size is so small, like I showed just now. So you can actually put into your travel pack easily, and then you can already move. You can also keep one at the office so that you can rinse your mouth whenever after lunch or after you're brushing your teeth. Okay, so fast acting formula. Okay, it not only help to rinse, it also help to kill the oral bacteria in only 30 seconds. So this is how effective it is. Okay, so by rinsing, by having this habit, it actually helps us to fight plaque and also gingivitis and also our bad breath. Okay, it helps to kill the bacteria that cause bad breath and also gingivitis also. Okay, so normally we have bad breath is because there's a outgrown of bacteria in our oral area. That's why certain people say I already brushed teeth. How come I still have that kind of bad breath? It's because brushing the teeth is not clearing all the bacteria. So if let's say we have this rinsing and also mouthwash, it will definitely, if you use it consistently, definitely it will help this problem. So it also helps to prevent plaque and also biofilm formation. All right. So just now after we brush, we rinse, we also need to keep refresh. So when we keep refresh, this is also a concentrated formula whereby in such a small bottle of mouth spray, right, it provide up to 250 spray and even more. Okay, so it's a pocket size, very convenient. You can actually pot and actually bring it around. So not only to freshen our breath in our oral space, certain time, for example, if you feel dizzy or you feel uncomfortable, you can also use this like the function of like minyak kapak, right? You can just spray in the cap and then you can smell it. You feel that refresh because the mint natural feel is actually very refreshing. Okay, so there's also other function. For example, certain times we also use it for like the disinfectant. We can also actually, when there's a wound or injury, you can actually spray on it to ensure there's no further infection or further inflammation happening. Okay, you can also spray it to clean up some of the dirt or some of the dirty part or ink, okay, on your skin. You can actually clean up easily with just this glister spray. You can also reduce the itchiness for whenever you are being bite by mosquito or that. You can actually spray this. It gives that cooling sensation that actually reduce the itchiness. So there's is really multifunction, a lot of function with the pocket size that you bring around, and then you can solve all the problems that I mentioned just now. So it's also cool minty taste, provide a very long lasting fresh breath. So whoever that always need to meet up with people, need to have that extra confident or extra self-esteem, you can actually give this spray and then you can start the conversation more confidently. Okay, so do not worry because certain people, they worry that, oh, use this mouth spray, you are like spraying the sugar inside your mouth, right? No, there's no sugar, and it's also allergy tested. So we do not have to worry that it will cause any other issue. Like I mentioned just now in my earlier slide, the more concerning part is actually after using a product, right, it create more issue to you. So this one do not cause any dental caries, right? Okay, so now we move on to our body, which is the other part of after our head, and the other part is all the skin, right? So we also clean out the largest organ, which is our skin, on the daily basis. Just that whether we clean it correctly, what kind of product we use also make the difference. Okay, so for Amway, we have this Gnh series. Okay, so first one is actually this is a very nice to use, which is also the one that we're using. So this is a Gnh Nourish. It helps to give that extra nourishing to our body. So some of the key feature of this body wash is actually mild, and at the same time is sulfate free. So sulfate free, that means there's no irritating chemical inside this body wash that will actually harm our skin, right? So it's also allergy and also dermatological tested. It also helps to cleanse, not only cleanse, it helps to nourish also and hydrate gently on our skin. So a lot of time, if let's say you go for those very low pricing product in the in the convenience store, all that, okay, normally they don't give you this extra benefit that which is very important to our skin, because you are using it day in day out, and nowadays there's so much of pollutant out there, right? And also we always long hour inside the very dry space, in the air conditioner space. So we really need this extra nourish and also hydrating effect that we have. Okay, and then inside the ingredient, we have this orange blossom honey, which is a nature miracle moisturizer. We also have this shea butter extracted from the African shea tree. This will actually help to protect our skin against dryness. There's also a pumpkin seed oil inside, which is very rich in essential fatty acid and vitamin that is very important to our skin. So you can see just by looking at the ingredient, the key ingredient inside, you can see this is a very nutritious body wash. Okay, so after wash your body, you feel like, wow, you already give a very good diet to your skin, right? So on top of the Nourish, we also have another option, which is the Refresh series. So the Refresh body wash, you actually some of the key feature is almost the same. For example, the sulfate free, all that I will not repeat. So it's also anti-irritation complex. So it not only gives you that refresh feeling, it is also anti-irritation. So it's suitable for all skin type. This tool is also suitable for all skin type. And so suitable for people who have sensitive skin, okay, because all our product is dermatological tested. So it's also clean and soft, okay. It leaves our skin with a very soothing feeling. You will never feel very tight skin, and then you feel the skin very dry and very cramped out. So you will not, okay, after the use you feel very refreshed, okay. So lastly, in terms of the ingredient, is different with this Nourish series. So for the Refresh Plus, is actually aloe sourced from the desert. Okay, so this aloe content actually helps to retain the skin moisture. Is the one that actually act as a barrier to retain our skin moisture. And then secondly, it also have a grapeseed extract from the red grape. Okay, this is giving the 20 times of protection power to our skin. Okay, and also we give the green tea extract. Green tea extract is among all the teas, right, the one that retain most nutrients inside. So this is why they choose all these ingredients into our body shampoo. So of course, all this shampoo will not cause further clogging on our skin, as per I mentioned in the earlier slide. You can see if let's say that particular shampoo give that extra cause other issue like clogging your skin pore or that, then doesn't matter whether how effective is it to clean the dirt, but eventually the dirt will still clog inside a pore. It defeats the purpose also, right? So if let's say for people who are more have their own preference to use this physical soap bar, so we also have a different selection for those who go for the soap bar. So this complexion bar is actually Nourish series also, the Nourish Plus, but it's in the complexion bar format. So it's almost same like the what we have in the Gnh, the body wash just now, the orange one. Okay, so it's non-comedogenic, and at the same time, the ingredient is almost the same. Okay, it's same like the one that we have in the, but this is in the soap bar format. So on top of that, we also have a Protect series. So for this Protect series, right, is a Gnh also in the soap bar format. So the complexion bar, some of the key feature is actually it's also mild, sulfate free. It helps to cleanse, and at the same time, it helps to deodorize. Okay, with this technology that they have inside. So the technology that being used inside this soap is very similar to what we have for our deodorant, which also I will share with you later on. So that is why by using this soap bar itself, it gives that extra deodorizing effect. So it's very suitable for those who normally have a stronger body odor. They can actually try out our Gnh Protect series. Okay, so there's also a non-drying formula, allergy and dermatological tested. So inside you can see the ingredient is slightly different from what we have in the Refresh Plus and also the Nourish Plus. So for the Protect Plus, inside is actually using the white tea extract. So just now compared to green tea is the one that retain most nutrients, but for white tea is actually the highest amount of antioxidant among all the tea. So that is why they choose this white tea. And then secondly is actually the natural mineral. It helps to draw out the impurities. So that is how you actually use this mineral extract to draw out the impurities from the pore and also some clogging in our skin. So whenever there's no more impurities that are being residual on our skin, it will not encourage the growth of bacteria. It will actually reduce the odor creation. So it also helps to enhance our skin tone, okay, with this natural mineral buffing. Okay, and then lastly, there's a bilberry extract. Inside this bilberry extract, we have another this very familiar term. We have mentioned it multiple times when we share the rosy shine, when we share on our other very strong antioxidant product. Normally inside we will have this anthocyanin. So for this soap compression bar, there's also anthocyanin beneficial compound inside, which is a very good antioxidant that will be beneficial to our skin, right? So just now I mentioned about deodorant. Okay, so if let's say we already do a proper cleaning, the hygiene is there already, but of course we want to give the extra boost or extra solution whenever we go out in Malaysia, right? It's very humid, it's very hot, so you get sweat very easily even after you bath or shower. Okay, So even now myself, when I'm sharing with you, I already start sweating. So how do we actually give the extra boost of protection when we go out, and then we don't easily start to sweat, and then after sweat you start to get smelly again? So with this deodorants and also antiperspirant spray, it gives us that solution. Okay, so it actually gives 48 hours odor and also sweat protection to us. And then secondly, it helps to reduce the bacterial accumulation, and it's also dermatological tested and suitable for sensitive skin. So inside, almost similar like what we have the Protect Plus, the complexion bar just now. Additionally, there is also vitamin C and lecithin plus, which helps to control sweat. Okay, of course, for people who have familiar with our roll-on, all that, it also have been improvised into this format. Okay, so you can see the ingredient is also almost the same inside. So this is called the Gnh Protect and Deodorant roll-on. So it's very similar. One is in a spray, you can spray and go. Okay, but for roll on, normally you need to wait just a short while for it to dry out before you can put on your clothes. So that is basically the difference. Both also give a very long lasting sweat and also odor protection. Right. So this is actually just a glimpse of the personal care. Of course, not everything, but some of the one that I have mentioned just now. And also I also didn't put all the whole range, just to give you an idea the pricing, and also how these things can be actually mix and match in order to get this month promotion, right? So we know that this month promotion 300 to get this very nice Cellulite automatic foam soap dispenser. Okay, so how to actually make out that 300 ringgit? By putting it into pricing like this, we already very easy to mix and match, right? So you just need to choose either 3 to 4 items, and then if let's say you know that this item you will actually use it for a day-to-day basis, you will not stop using even after 6 months, you will continue to use, right? So you can actually choose 3 to 4 items, and then you actually buy 2 sets of each of them. You can already entitle for this very nice dispenser. So have that idea in your mind. How do you want to advise our friends, our prospect, or even our customer to actually entitle for this extra PWP? It's actually knowing our price very well. And then also this is the dual pack that actually I highly recommend people to recommend, and actually we ourselves can also get this, because by buying this dual pack is always out of stock one, but now it's back in stock in the online. Okay, so for those who are already waiting this for long, you can actually place the order for this also on top of this month promotion, this one. Okay, you can add up other personal care stuff, and then you can already entitle for this. So if you get this, back to this, if you get this dual pack, if you add up the price of the toothpaste and also the crystal, right, you buy this dual pack, you already save 4.20 ringgit. And on top of that, you still get the CSI. If let's say you are planning it using the CSI, or even if let's say you are already a higher percentage, then of course you can get that extra bonus with this on top of this saving. Okay, so this is something that really important for us to know. So of course, you need to roughly know what are the price range for all our personal care products, so that you can advise easily, okay, to your friends and also people around you know, okay, roughly you need to top up what, and then you can